Fear of failure is good. Fear of failure will keep you up at night, planning and rehearsing and going over contingencies. Fear of failure will keep you training hard.
What's up, RicoCap family and traders? Back again for another weekly recap. So check this out. We're going to get right into it. So SPY and QQQ, this is exactly what they did for this whole week. We did have a very interesting week, but you can see in hindsight, everything is always 2020. We can see that, we hit lows right on Monday and just kind of went higher into the week, and we expected this. So SPY looking exactly the same thing. So we expected this, knowing this. Look, we had a huge kind of election gap to fill that we pretty much filled going into Monday there. And so I knew once we kind of filled that, more than likely bulls are going to try and hold it here. Now we've been selling off kind of all last week. And so things have been kind of weak. We failed to go higher all last week, where then we ended up selling into, at the end of week there last week. And so Monday we were still down, breaking new weekly lows. So this was very interesting. Now QQQ was dipping into 500 at open. One of the first plays we took on Monday was super simple, right? We didn't officially touch 500 at market open. We did dump to it here pre-market, so that doesn't really count. I see that we did get there, but I wanted to see if we would get there during market open. So pretty much right at open, I knew if we opened up under 501.60, we would get a dump right into 500 498 demand right here, and possibly go lower, because we are in a trend downward right now. And so we weren't going to fight the trend. We're going to keep shorting until buyers kind of stepped up to say, hey, look, it's time for them to try and bounce it, because we knew that bounce was coming. Now 500 was a really good level, and I told the members, possibly they're going to try and defend it here. So right at open, we took some puts, some at the money puts, lottos, 501s, and we got that dump all the way down to 499. So $2 move right there, right at open. And we cashed out there easily, 50-60% on some puts. Beautiful. We saw that there was a lot of range and consolidation as we were holding 500. So I knew more than likely SPY holds down here as well, 575, 576, all down here. More than likely we're gonna kind of move into the week there. So I expected this. And so we swung some calls kind of at close for the move up, and we see a gap up here on SPY and kind of open up here. So we see that same thing for QQ. We opened up here. Now I expected this to be kind of range as well. The day before CPI data. So SPY and Q pretty much did exactly kind of the same thing there, where we kind of opened up into some range. It wasn't until later that we kind of dipped lower on SPY, came right back up there. So this Tuesday was, we're up on Monday. Tuesday was the day we needed to really focus in on the move coming ahead, which is CPI. Now, right at open, I tried going long here on some, we kept things small, lottos, got stopped out.
This is not me, y'all. I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this. I gave y'all 30 years of my
Rob. And we slammed some puts, and we got the move down. We got the move down here, and then we got the rest of the move down here on some more puts. Not my best day, to be honest, because I'm usually never. I mean, my win rate on my opening plays is 99%. All last year, I don't lose on my first play, and if I lose on my first play, I'm not seeing the market correctly. But I knew that more likely this was range, so puts could work. I didn't want to leave off, on a loss, so had to hammer in some puts.
Yeah, hell yeah. What?
All good. So as we're kind of going into, midday, end of day on this Tuesday, I wanted to do a CPI play. So right here is when we slammed some QQQ calls for the swing. I saw on a higher time frame right here, and especially on the 15, we held this yellow trend line upward. We're already starting kind of an upward movement now. I saw that we held that. We slammed some calls for the swing, and we saw that we pushed up, and we're up 40-50% on our calls. We trimmed a little bit.
Just give me my money. Yeah! Just give me my
held the rest for the swing. Notice how right after that we see a kind of knife sell off, and I believe that was just the weak hands getting shaken out. That was the market trying to trick us. I knew, stay strong. Our position ended up going red there, and so I told the team,
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
you can either add more or just keep it the same. We'll see what happens, but I expect us to rip after CPI. So we held, and I told the team QQ needs to close above 505 here. And notice how right before close, 15 minutes, they ripped it all the way up above 505. And then you see nothing but kind of buyer step in, and I was absolutely confident in the play going ahead. We see QQ rip from 506 up here all the way to hitting our target 510 to 511, 514, 513, putting our call super in the money.
We done it. We're rich, baby.
CPI went well. So we banked off that swing, a banger play right there. And we saw that, that was a really good play for us. Same thing for SPY too. We pushed up to our 591 level. So on this day, I cashed out that QQ swing. We're up big. I didn't want to chase premiums because at this point, QQ and SPY options at that point, their premiums are just juiced. I'm talking $400, $300, $400, $500 a contract at the money. So I wanted to play the momentum still. That reminded me that we had Google ready to go for a downtrend breakout that I posted in the high conviction setups here. I posted this perfectly, right? So I posted this kind of the night prior, and I was like, Google's been strong above 192, runs back to 194, 195 plus, get ready. I'm going to slam calls. And then also, tech looks ready to go as well. And so I had those both on my plans. We cashed out the QQ calls. So the only thing left was Google. And on that same day, we see this is Google right here, pre-market, pushing out of that, downtrend right here. And I was ready. So like I said, back to the game plans, QQQ, or with Google right here, above 192.33 runs back to 194 or 195. That's what we're looking for. We opened up right here at the, you guessed it, 192.33 level. And that's what we're looking for perfectly. So this was the zone we were looking at. Right it open, easy work right there. We opened up above 192.33. We ended up taking some 200 strike calls next week expiration. We had time. We opened, we slammed them, gave us some time to work, ran to our 194, 195 zone, all the way to our 196 level. Those calls went from 60, 70, 80 bucks all the way to 160, 170, over 100%. We killed it on a very easy day right there. I made a video about downtrend breakouts if you want to check that out. So we kept it pushing. Beautiful day on that move on that Wednesday. So what I saw too on top of that was we ended up swinging more QQQ calls going into Thursday. Now, what I noticed was this wasn't just a bull flag. This ended up breaking kind of end of day here to make this a rising wedge. And I just made a video about this as well on how we caught the rising wedge here up and the falling wedge down. So check this out. I saw it breaking up here kind of end of day. We swung calls for QQQ knowing we should hit our 520, 519 zone right up here. And as you can see, pre-market overnight, we hit that perfectly. And so we wanted to see if it would hold. It held pretty well. We ended up opening around 519, 520. So we cashed out those calls for a beautiful swing play right there, up over 100%. And so immediately after that, we slammed puts. We dumped our calls and slammed puts for this move, which is a rising wedge kind of breakdown, and we got that perfectly right there. Some 514 puts almost in the money, and I mean, those ran too. We killed it. Turned around and chilled. We are already up big at this point. Members are up big. I'm up big, and we're killing it. So from this point, I expected this to kind of range and not do much, and you can kind of see zone to zone here. There's some plays you could be making right here, but I kind of wanted to do less because I knew we're going to be gearing up for another swing possibly coming. And so that's exactly what we did. I saw that SPY did break down that rising wedge and then started forming a falling wedge, which is absolutely, bullish on top of a bearish kind of move. So you can see kind of rising wedge right here. And drawing it kind of like this. There you go, beautiful. You kind of see how it's playing out, this wedge right here. I knew that if we close down here in this demand, we're gonna break up and go magnet right back to the 595, 596 level right up here, which so we slammed right here almost near close. We slammed some 595 tomorrow day calls for the swing, expecting that magnet back up on Friday to that in range there. And so that's exactly what happened. You know, right before close, they tried to knife it there in the close. We got them for like $100. They dipped down to like 60, 50 bucks. We were already down. You know, members were like, oh, what was that? I told the team, be confident in this. We're gonna win this big time. You know, be ready. We held this level. All that right there was just this level holding from the CPI push-up. So I knew these calls were going to bank regardless. We had a review session at night about it. You know, we talked about it and we saw futures were pushing up. And then as you can see, you know, we woke up Friday morning and saw that we broke the falling wedge, downtrend breakout, and we opened up at 596, 595, putting our calls up 200%, and then they ran to 250% up here to our main target, which was exactly, you know, 600, 599 where the sellers are at. You can see we hit that. Sellers executed and they rejected it. So beautiful Friday for us. I mean, we absolutely killed that too. And so this was a very tough environment. I know a lot of traders not with Rico Capital got, you know, caught off sides, but not us. It seemed like we were either one step ahead or, you know, with the game plan. So, you know, rising wedge into this area right there, beautiful. Turned around, falling wedge right there, calls. So you can see how easily you can get caught off guard, right? If you were chasing up here, you would have tried chasing more calls because we were very bullish. I knew that puts would work. We rode puts down, and then you can see that as those puts started, you know, working towards end of day, it was already too late. We were already thinking about the next move, which is calls. So if you're slamming puts into close for a swing, you got squeezed the next day and completely lost that trade while we were banking heavy on the trade. So absolutely banker week for us. Let me go over some of the member gains for you guys as well, just to show off, you know, this has been a fantastic week. A lot of traders here, you know, are, you know, profitable, not from, you know, from their own mistakes all the way, you know, joining Rico Capital. They're finally profitable in their account. They're making money. And so they're finally seeing that success following me. And I'm so happy about it as well. Like nothing makes me more happy about it than, you know, seeing that. So let's kick it off. Monday, January 13th this week. Christian kicking it off there for us. Some gains. QQ puts right open. Remember I told you guys that? We killed it right there. I'm showing it off. Spacey follower too, killing it. Joseph, 5% right there. Spacey follower, he says, I love sniping both in games in real life and stock market. In and out of profit with every trade today. Following callouts and only callouts by Rico Capital. And you can see he's up big. Dan the man back in the game. $100 right there. 100%. Beautiful. Top dog seller, killing it. Spacey Fowler showing off more gains right there. Joseph, 192% on those SPYs. Beautiful. First one of the day for Menace right there, those QQ calls. Chase, if you're not with Rico Capital, what are you doing? He's showing off his year. He's up 10K. I mean, he ran it up already. He joined a couple months ago, and he brought it all the way. He killed it. You didn't find success at first. Found success with me. He's been running with it. Jock showing 31% on his account. Blessed Life says, when this man takes a swing, you better not miss. Beautiful. Jack showing off 54%, 126% on the QQs, $200 Sangusi, SPY Google loading. Burks killed it right there, and we killed it with that Google. AK trimmed 80 cons already. Asked me why I make a shit ton of gains like that 32 a day gain when I hear the words heavy size. He followed me. I went heavy size on the Google because I knew it was gonna work. Showing off some gains, showing off the QQQ swing. We killed it on those 511s. Killed it. I said, what fear? Carter showing off some gains right there. What was that? $500. Oh my God, loving that. Soul Sandals, beautiful. Showing off some gains. Pac-Man, 13% on the day. Spacey Fowler saying almost completely recovered from Apple. Still need about 200 more. Happy that he's killing it. Google Play got my main count up 18%. I love that. Menace showing Google $600 gain. Anthony showing 9% on his account. Dan the Man showing 146% on his account. Ocho showing those Google 6. He bought 7 contracts at around 80s. Sold them $1.10, 102, 110. Beautiful. Glyph showing scaled in and out of 20 contracts. Thank you. And it's the Google. He bought 15 at 89, 5 at 75, 10 at $1. He's all allowed. 5 at 114, 3 at 96, 2 at 98. I mean, that's beautiful trading right there. Chase showing up that he was up 4.4K on that morning. Show the world, Rico Capital. Show them what happens when you focus and be a trader. Absolutely locked in on our plays. Good to be back. 15% on Blue Dew. Isaac, QQ Swing, and Google Calls. Fire. Awesome P&L right there. Joseph, about almost 10% on the day. Awesome. Soul Sandals, killing it on the QQs. Minerva Vibes, showing off some beautiful QQQ gains. Sangusi, $137. That QQ put was money. Diamond Hand Dan, 17% on his account. Beautiful. Soul Sandals, more gains. I'm showing off 2% on mine. Pac-Man showing off the 514 put gains right there. Spacey Follower, yeah, I'm happy with what the lunch is paid for. There we go. Beautiful. 216 on swing, slow and choppy at open, keeping it small, but I'll take it. Thank you, Rico. Beautiful swing there. That boy Jack, 3% on his account. Dark Trader snagged almost 30%, got choppy in there. Nice put call from Rico. Nice. Diamond Hand Dan, 30% on his account, showing up. Top Dog Seller showing up, 7% on his day. My daily minimums met. Beautiful. I can't even look at it anymore. I'm over it. Joseph, 3% on the day. Thank you, Rico. I know dealing with me isn't easy, but I'm doing my best. He's killing it too. Rico at the wheel, relax. 5% on Jack, showing off some gains and telling the members just relax. Let's win, you know. Solid week of following the game plan, sticking to the zones, ready for Lotto Friday. Spacey Follower up nicely, 35% on the week. One contract hit his daily goal at 1,400. Look at that. Menace showing off those SPY call swings. Blue Dew, 30% on his account. Pac-Man showing off $900 on those swings. The SPY calls, 157 for Soul Sandals. I'm showing off $700 right there. Menace, some light, $69. AO Brock showing off his first 1K day, 1.3 right there, smashed it. Jock showing off 100% on his account. Beautiful. 46% on his another one. I mean, killed it. The man trusts in Rico Capital. Good morning, Vietnam. Chase showing off. He's up 1.6 on the morning. Absolutely paying himself nonstop using that 10K account like I told him to. Beautiful. Green on all accounts for me. 6% on the main account. $2,000 on that SPY swing. I loved it. Ran it back with the SPY puts. Man is showing off some gains. Benji showing off some beautiful SPY put gains right there. $240. I like that. What is that? Another 800. Sheesh. Killed it. So Sandals. And look at that. I've learned to not sell unless Rico says. Killed it. Benji showing off his week. Shouting me out. Up on the week. 2.8 thousand on the week. How do you love that? I love that. Anthony showed 217% his account. Oh my God. Doubled it. Doubled his account. Sangusi showing off some beautiful 7.29% gains. Meme showing off almost 200% on the SPY call. Beautiful. Burke showing off that warrior status right there. Huge on the week. Loving that. Carter showing off $500 on the day. He said should be way more, but you live and learn. On his year today, he's profitable. Got to be happy with that. Consistency is key for Joseph, 4%. Han with the major win here. He went crazy on that SPY swing. 22K on the week. He says decent week. Long live Rico. Blue Dew up 388% on his day. They say scared money don't make no money. Well, let me tell you, never scared over here. Only high conviction setups. Blessed Life showing off his gains. Beautiful work, guys. I mean, so much more on my main Twitter, Rico Capital, from members and everywhere on my social media. We've been killing it. So if you want to be a part of the team, guys, wap.com/Rico Capital. Find me on Twitter at Rico Capital. DM me, ask some questions, get into the Discord. And let's get you winning. Let's get you profitable. Let's get you going. It's been a very awesome year so far. 2025 is only going to get better. So join the winning team. Let's get to work and have a very, very profitable year. So this was the weekly recap. Let me not talk y'all's ear off. I showed you guys, I have a lot of videos on kind of some of these days as well. It's been a hell of a week, and I can't wait to do it again with the team next week. So appreciate you watching the video. Comment, like, subscribe, share it to somebody. Tune in, tap in, show some love. WAP.com/RicoCapital if you want to join the team. Follow me on Twitter, tap in, and I'll see you on the next recap.
So quiet when